Hello, dear friends. We are here at Kardec Radio at 11 p.m., nourishing our souls together to study more illuminated prayers. In André Luiz' books, Chico Xavier brings to us the accounts of a spirit doctor who discarnated and found himself in a completely unexpected reality. The reality of our lives. We are immortal spirits. Do you live your life as an immortal spirit? Or are we still living the illusion that this is it? We know that many of us believe in God and Jesus and spiritual realm and spirits, but do we actually lead our lives as if we were immortal? Not in the flesh, though. Not in this personality, but this everlasting spiritual essence. Do you live your life like this? Why we're asking this? Because in the new book we're going to begin today, which is Sex and Destiny, we're going to be studying something quite unique. In the book Sex and Destiny, André Luiz, with the high permission of the spirits, including Emmanuel, they are going to teach us that the force of creation in us, so powerful, that one of the main things we need to learn in life is how to manage it, our creative forces. Sex, sexuality. How do we do in that regard? We have been incurring grave mistakes for centuries, millennia, and finally, the higher spirits allow us on earth to have a new understanding of what happens in our daily lives when we use these creative forces to the good and to the not so good. We're studying today the beginning of the book, Sex and Destiny, the preface of the book. This book begins in a preface by Emmanuel, which was written in 1963, July 4th, 1963. This book begins with a prayer, the prayer of Emmanuel. Emmanuel prefaces the book by saying a prayer. We're going to read the prayer and discuss the behind the scenes of this prayer. A prayer before starting. Father of infinite goodness. And we're going to pause and discuss as we go. Have you observed that all the higher spirits, when they pray, they tend to say similar things about God? Infinite goodness is one of the expressions that have come throughout the books and the prayers that André Luiz reports to us. No different when Emmanuel reports his prayer. This is a book, again, Sex and Destiny, in which you have allowed our dear André Luiz to use this thrilling account to inform us about some of the concepts of higher spirituality with regard to sex and destiny. It is a verbal photograph of our harsh reality, which you have filled with eternal hope. Pause. He is saying to us that this book comes to life with the permission of God. And you may be thinking, but Vanessa, that's obvious, not so much. Tonight, we were talking amongst a few friends, and somebody who is a spiritist said, well, this happened in my life because I was lucky. And we're saying, I don't think so. There's no luck in the universe. There's order. There's action and reaction. Nothing happens by chance. If this happened, it's because God wanted so. You see how we grow physically mature, but spiritually we are children, trying to believe that we can do things independently, right? Big hug to you, friends. Thank you, Sol Souza. Welcome, friends. So, where is God in our lives? And this question comes to our deeper understanding of how we work on our creative forces sex. He says that this book is a verbal photograph of our harsh reality, okay? Sex and Destiny. I'm going to repeat time and again so people don't need to be worried about which book we're discussing. This is the preface by Emmanuel. He's praying as a preface for the book by offering this book to our incarnate friends in the world. We want to remember Jesus, the messenger of our unlimited mercy, on that sunny day in Jerusalem. What sunny day in Jerusalem is he talking about? Which sunny day? We'll see. In the square, crowded with accusers, some scribes and Pharisees brought to Jesus a suffering woman and said that she had been caught sinning. Actually, they were testing Jesus to see what he would do. Master, this woman was caught in adultery. The law says that she's to be stoned. But what do you say? The master contemplated these zealous followers of Moses at length. And because it would be useless to explain anything to their prejudice-filled minds, Jesus said to them and to all the moralists of the centuries to come, Mamma mia, Emmanuel, Emmanuel. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. In present times, Jerusalem represents the whole world. In the enormous square of human conventions and in patent disregard for human dignity, materialism tries hard to do away with moral values. While venerable religions fight against nature in a vain attempt to block life, as if they wanted to fool themselves. Due to the tremendous conflict between the gigantic forces that fight for the moral control of earth, you have sent us the Spiritist doctrine in the name of Christ's gospel to reassure souls and tell them that love is the essence of the universe. That all people were born from the divine breath in order to love one another. That sex is a sublime legacy and the home of a sanctifying shelter. Clarifying, however, that love and sex create natural responsibilities in each person's conscience. And that no one hurts another person in the treasure of love without paying a high price for it. Pause before we go to the end of this preface prayer preface. Here we have one of the main points of this prayer, talking about materialism. Are you a materialistic person? Why are we asking this? Because we need to feel the scripture. The words are beautiful, but if we don't feel them, it's to no use. How materialistic are we? How? And we say how because we are. I'm not judging anyone, but the majority of us are. Why? Because we value titles, positions. We think that somebody who is in a certain position is more important than somebody who is not. We think that somebody who has a title is more important than somebody who is not, who does not have a title. We think that somebody who is in the body of somebody who has a particular color of skin is smarter than others, or who was born in this country, that country, or somebody who is born in the body of a man versus the body of a woman. Or we often think that our family members are more important than other people. Surprising. That are signs, those are signs of being materialistic. Nothing to do with money. Because often people think that materialistics are those who think of money, put money first. Not necessarily. Materialists are people who place the things of the matter first, including their sexual needs, since we're talking about sex, in spite of relationships. So for us, Emmanuel is saying that sex and love create natural responsibilities in our conscience. This book, Sex and Destiny, is also meant to affirm that if you cannot keep the guilty from suffering the consequences of their wrong, neither do you allow the defeated to be left without assistance, provided they accept your redemptive light on their path. You see, guilt is a theme of humankind. In the book Thought in Life, there's a chapter dedicated to guilt. The book Thought in Life is a book that summarizes guidelines for those who want to reincarnate and ace in their reincarnation. One of the topics is guilt, inevitably, because we make mistakes. But we can't cultivate guilt, because God allows us to make a mistake. I'm sorry to say, God doesn't agree, but allows us to make choices. So, if God allowed us, it's because there is a way out into the new learning. So that's why this book comes, to show to us that there are consequences for our actions, but we are never left without help. Do you feel the help of the good spirits in your life every day? Every day. Are you being easy in the hands of the good spirits? Are we? They are trying to guide us constantly, daily, like a good parent. Are you being easy in the hands of the protecting spirits in your life? Yes, Will da Silva. Yay! Thank you for answering this question. Yes, good job. Thank you for answering this. Yes. Are we being easy? Like Chico Xavier. Easy. So easy that he reincarnated with the plan to psychograph 30 books. He was so easy in the hands, so obedient, loving, that he passed the mark. And those books are not like books we're seeing nowadays, just to fill up the pages. No. They're not scribble of the human mind. They are actual masterpieces of the beyond that shall last for immortality. At any given point, from now to 200,000 years, a billion years, the books that we're reading, they will be everlasting in their truth. Everlasting. I can take the book Sex and Destiny to any other galaxy. to any other planet, and this book will be valuable in transforming, educating lives beyond time and space. These are books that are immortal. They are everlasting, and they are not restricted to our time or to our space. Are we being easy? The good spirits want to help us. They don't judge you, but you judge yourself. I judge myself. Not good. So we need to begin our days. Every time you feel guilt, you know, a good affirmation is to say to yourself, you tell yourself, I am love, I am light, I am joy of living. I am love, I am light, I am joy of living. I am love, I am light, I am joy of living. And so is everyone. I am love, I'm light, I'm joy of living. And begin anew. Right, Wilda Silva, never give up. I agree. Never give up. This book also shows that with your blessing, God's blessing, the moral delinquents of yesterday, but redeemed today, have become your messengers of redemption for those who fell into the traps of darkness in the past. Yesterday, we were studying the last chapter of the book, Action and Reaction, and the Illuminated Prayer by Mentor Druzo. And the beauty of it all is that in that chapter, just like the book Sex and Destiny, we're caught in the surprise to know that the very director of an organization of the beyond is the very person who incurred in a grave mistake towards somebody in a previous life and now needs to reincarnate to redeem himself. High Spirit. So when you look at somebody and everybody and you think, wow, you bet that they are just like you, evolving in the present moment. They are leading a certain field of human progress, but their progress is also in the works. So never undermine your value comparing yourself to other people. Whomever read the book Action and Reaction and was mesmerized, like André Luiz, by Mentor Druzo's beauty, will find at the end of the book that he himself, like all of us, is also working on redeeming himself. And that's the beauty of life. And that's why, as Wilda Silva was saying, we never give up. Because if today is the day we need to go through our test of redemption, tomorrow may be the day in which we're going to share with people how we did it, helping others to do the same. Never giving up. And therefore, bless this true and hope-filled account, asks Emmanuel. And as we entrust it to our brothers and sisters in the world, may we remind them that physical existence, whether in childhood or youth, in adulthood or old age, is an ineffable gift which we must always honor, and that even if imprisoned within a crawling or shapeless, deformed or infirm body, we must repeat before your immeasurable wisdom, thank you, dear God. In this prayer by Emmanuel that reminds us of how to honor life. In a scale 0 to 10, let's make an assessment. 0 to 10. How are you honoring How are you honoring? What's your level of honoring your life? Honoring, as he says here, honoring the body. 0 being not at all, and 10 being I am honoring to the max. Are we? No matter if the body is imprisoned, crawling, shapeless, deformed, infirm, are we honoring it? Or are we trashing it out? Abusing the body? What would be not honoring the body as a gift? I know people, when they get older, they just stop taking care of it, as if they are on a downhill fall. They just let it go. They don't take care anymore. Will Da Silva is saying poor nutrition, number 1, good job. 2, no physical exercise. And exercise doesn't mean you have to go to the gym. If we clean the house, that's physical exercise, because it's labor intensive. Walking, bicycling, if you do swimming, yoga, anything but activity. Being sedentary is not a good thing. Honoring the body by taking care of what we absorb. So, as Will Da Silva is saying, Sunshine is saying, substance abuse. Exactly. Anything that is not going to add to our health is abusing the body, is not honoring the body. Including sex addiction. Excessive exercise, if it's hurting the body, right, well, it's a problem. But if it's not hurting your body, it's okay, because the body is amazing. Like you are now an triathlete, right? And that means that you're doing great and the body is surprising its capabilities. But if it hurts us, we need to adjust. So friends, let's talk now, because the book is about sex and destiny. Let's talk about sex. Many people, they say, oh, I don't cheat on my partner, but they watch porn. That's cheating. And that's not honoring your body. Because you are using your creative forces, abusing it. You're throwing away vitality. Yes, we're talking about masturbation. Yes, we are. The bits of energy that are coming out, the vitality, through masturbation, could be using something more useful. Wasting it. Right, Will? I'm not gonna go through the topic now. Okay? But because we have the whole book to talk about it. But we need to think about it. There are people who are married, but they are flirting. That's adultery. We're not judging. We're just learning. In this book, Sex and Destiny, there is a chapter later on in which they explain to us that there is an institute in the spiritual realm that teaches everything, all courses about sex. They talk about sex and everything. So we need to talk about it. It's a difficult topic, but it's an important topic. According to the Spiritist literature, we need to learn how to take care of this physical body. So here we go, a good technique for us to honor this physical body. Andrew Lewis explains in the book Evolution in Two Worlds that the cells of our bodies are like little animals, he says. So let's consider the physical body our best pet. And the most adorable pet we can find. Are we taking care of it? Taking care of it doesn't mean we're gonna be top models, because there are many top models who abuse their body. We're not talking about statics. We're talking about not the external, we're talking about true health, true balance. And what is true balance? Respect. I need to listen to the body. Chico Xavier used to listen to his body. And he felt, because he was a super medium, the creative forces coming from his genitals. And then Emmanuel taught him, talk to yourselves. Talk to them. He started talking to them and asking them, can you please help bring all this vitality up to my brain so I can use it to help everybody else? So we have in this story and others enough evidence that Chico Xavier, though he had a fragile body on and off with diseases, he always respected and honored his body. He honored his body. Are we honoring our bodies by at least once a day saying, thank you so much. Thank you, dear God, as Emmanuel is saying, for this immeasurable wisdom given to us, this body that grants us the opportunity of this reincarnation. Thank you so much. And it's so cute and so adorable. Thank you for withstanding the storms of my emotions. Thank you so much for being so obedient to the point that you express what I don't have the courage to express, psychosomatics. In this prayer preface, Emmanuel is asking us to revisit our relationship with our main instrument in a reincarnation, our body. In the next 24 hours, we're being asked to pray in gratitude for this beautiful, loving pet, saying thank you so much, thank you so much, you're so fluffy and cute and adorable, so obedient, more than I wish you were sometimes. But I am learning to respect and honor it as a temple of God in my reincarnation. In this preface, Emmanuel is asking us to redeem ourselves from abusing the body and the creative forces by honoring this temple of our reincarnation. Okay? That's the exercise for the next 24 hours. And now we're going to say our prayer together to thank our body for the blessing of its togetherness. Dear God, Thank you for the awareness that Emmanuel brings to us, together with André Luiz, through the loving and devoted help of Chico Xavier. Tonight, as we're being asked to appreciate our physical bodies, to honor it, to understand its limits and its capabilities, we would like to ask you to multiply our gratitude in loving energies to replenish our spiritual and physical bodies with renewed health. May we learn ever more, especially in the next 24 hours, to listen to the loving protecting spirits who are striving to teach us the loving ways of being, beginning by honoring our temple in this reincarnation, our physical bodies. And may your light envelop our creative forces so we can channel it to helping others, for we know there are many who are in great need of help. We thank you for your guidance, for your loving embrace, and for your everlasting providence in our lives. And so be it. As we breathe in and out, we nourish our physical bodies with love. Let us breathe in and tell the body, I love you, thank you. Breathe out, let go of the old. Right? Exactly, Melissa. Great exercise indeed. Thank you, Karina Alice, Rudy, Rita de Cássia, Valéria Sorge, Sol Souza, Will da Silva, Tereza Castro, Lisa Teles, Cris Anastasia, Daisy, John da Rosa, Sunshine, Nora Brasil, and we have Leo Vieira. Welcome, friends. Thank you so much. Big hug to you. Until tomorrow, God willing, and loving the body evermore.